Yeah, there was only one when we several of us got in trouble with the house. So probably the best memories were some of the most unusual, because Gary Martin and I used to go down to study on campus, and I go to the general engineering building, and there's a way to go through the auditorium and get into the little foyer thing that's by the elevator, the bottom of the elevator shaft. And we stole a couple of desks and put it in there, and so it turned out to be a really good, quiet place where we never got interrupted. We could study down there. But quite often we'd end up out in the auditorium and we'd have food fights with bananas and other things. You know, invariably there'd be banana peels hanging from the lights in this auditorium. I'm sure they never figured out what the hell happened. Margaret and I have laughed about that a lot.
I bet.
Yeah, so that was really good, because that really helped me develop some study methodology that probably managed to get me through college, and certainly staying within engineering. And so I'm grateful for that too. But, so there were a lot of funny little things like that were just screwy little things that we did. And
remember, was it Babbo? What was the...
oh yeah, we used to make powder bombs, and that was kind of fun. Because we'd take a big paper bag and we'd dump a can of Babbo in it.
What's Babbo?
It's a cleanser, like
Okay.
Comet?
a Comet.
Okay.
And then we'd put a M80 in the bag, and we'd poke the fuse to the side of the bag, and we'd tape it up real tight. And one of my roommates, McTavish, tried to sleep on the sleeping porch. He was a year behind me, and a bunch of guys came out and racked him out and pissed him off. So he and I made one of these things, and we went creeping down to the annex where these guys were drunk out of their mind, and what we didn't know was somebody had gone into their study room and sprayed it down with a fire extinguisher. And so it was sopping wet, and one of the guys had passed out on the lower bunk because they slept in their room, and the other guy was asleep on his bed too, I guess. But so the window happened to be broken, or open. I can't remember. I think it was broken. One was broken, one was maybe cracked open. But we lit this thing and threw it inside, and there was this horrendous and a big flash of red, and you could hear the coughing.
Oh my gosh. Was it? And no, anybody injured?
Yeah, so.
Oh man.
For some reason they were real happy.
I can imagine.
So
Which
they came back and harassed McTavish again the next night.
which sleeping porch was this? What year?
This was, I don't know,
The first
junior year or sophomore year.
Junior or
sophomore
sophomore,
year, I guess.
Yeah.
So we went down and bombed them again the next night. And that kind of pissed them off some more. So, but finally, the rest of the house had to intercede and stop the war. Either people or the house were going to die. It was pretty bad. So we were kind of quiet for a while, and then the Soyuz and the Delta just up the street at the other block were a great big water balloon fight. Just this horrendous riot between the two houses. I don't know what set them off. But anyway, we made one of these babies, and we kept creeping up the street in the shadows. Got there, and I remember there was a car parked on the sidewalk facing us, and this guy apparently had run out in the street and launched his water balloons and was coming back, and he was kind of ducking down behind the car. When we lit this thing and threw it up in the air in a big arc, and it came down, and it didn't blow up in the air, it actually hit the ground and blew up in front of him.
Gosh.
And the next thing, the lights were on in the car, and he's humped over and he's holding his ears and holding his gut.
Oh
And
no.
he's staggering around.
Oh gosh.
In the 2 hours.
They went at it again?
We're in an all-out fist fight.
You started World War III.
So we thought, that's pretty cool. Better slip out of here.
Now's the time to.
So we just kind of quietly ducked out, went down the street, waited for all the cops and stuff to come break the thing up. Yeah, nobody ever figured that one out either. So yeah, the powder bombs were great fun. They were. I wonder we didn't hurt somebody, but
Thankfully, everybody made it out okay.
yeah, those were good. So yeah, we had a lot of fun. We did a lot of crazy stuff.
You stole our furniture.
And there was some underwear involved, right?
Well, no,
Oh,
they
that
weren't
was
involved,
different.
but that was
Okay.
terrorists on the street. But
Okay.
Yeah.
Dad managed to somehow
Orchestrate?
figure
well,
out a way to get into.
Well, we got a key to the Tridell house, and we had a new addition to our house, but we didn't have any furniture, so we found some inexpensive used furniture down the street.
Only at 2 in the morning.
Courtesy of the Tridelts.
Yes.
He snuck in and took it off.
Yeah. So I got this call in the morning because I was VP of the house and I was president of the Tridell house, and she was not happy. I said, well, if you came, we do have some extra furniture up here, so if you came up and serenaded us, we might give it back to you. So anyway, so they had to come up and serenade us because we held our furniture hostage.
They were not happy.
And then we helped them move it back. But the funny thing was, just as we were going out the door with the last piece,
It was Anita Deasy.
yeah, it was this gal named Anita Deasy, and she came up stairs and saw the furniture. What are you boys doing here? You're screaming. Swaffer, Bob Swaffer was holding up the end of the couch or something that was going out the door. And he's screaming and she's clawing at it. Blood curdling. Ah! What are you guys doing in here?
Not happy.
So anyway, it was kind of a crazy thing.
What was the story about the underwear? And wasn't that on a radio show?
Yeah, well, no, it was
KJR.
Yeah.
yeah, the actives had been harassing us pledges. And it got to the point where we needed to do something about it. And so Malia stood up in the pledge meeting and says, let's steal their fucking shoes. And that started it. we got organized, like, the commandos would have been proud of us, because we cased every room, every locker, every closet, everything. I mean, where every shoe in that house was. And we took all of our shoes and out of the house quietly and hid them. And then on the appointed morning of 2 or 3 in the morning, whatever it was, came around and woke everybody up quietly and handed them their bags, their burlap bags. And they went to their rooms, they got dressed, they picked up all the shoes, all the flip-flops, sandals. If they could put it on their foot, it went in the bag. Went out the door, quietly walked down the street, never said a thing. All 40 pledges or whatever it was. And then we drove off and we went to Sambo's for breakfast. And which was like a Denny's, and then Chris Dahl was friends of Lan Roberts, who was the big hot DJ on KJR, and everyone in the U district listened to KJR in the mornings. And so he called up Lan Roberts and says, like, there's been a serious crime committed in the U district. So it seems like the Sig house, all of their shoes have been stolen. And so Lan Roberts starts broadcasting this across everyone, all over Seattle. And he, so then he says, I think I'll call the house and find out if this is true. So he calls, and a guy named Dave Joyce answered the phone. He had a little bit of a lisp, and he was supposed to be taking his entrance exam to dent school that day. And the phone rings, and he, well, this is Skip. And it says, this is Land Roberts at KJR. Is there, we've got this report that all of your shoes have been stolen. Yes, and I'm pissed. It's live on the radio. Everybody had to be just howling.
The
all
Greek
over campus.
system. Yeah.
So we all went to campus. We all went to class, and we had all these shoes hostage in the back trunks of cars everywhere, all over town, and then we gathered at some point. I can't remember. And then we all came back to the house together as a body. And the first thing we found was all of our underwear had been removed from our drawers and piled in a big pile down in the basement of the annex. So, and that's when we had the big food fight that night. Cherry pie and cream corn flying everywhere. And the pledge trainer at the DI, and I think it was Jim Krabs, got into it. Brouhaha, and he fell through the window, and that's when the DI got a shard of glass about this big stuck in his bottom because he sat on the windowsill. And so we had to rush him to the hospital. Had this big piece of glass removed.
Oh.
He happened to be my roommate. He kept it on proudly on display.
It was like a Medal of Honor. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, but that was pretty funny because could have been serious, but I think we gained some respect because we acted together. And we caught them completely flat-footed.
Yeah. Literally. Yeah.
And there was this guy who was a year ahead of me, and he was a med student, or pre-med, Rudy Knack, and he was always very prim and proper. And so here he is walking on campus, and he's got his jacket and his nice pullover sweater and his slacks, and then he's got these white gym shoes that say Nat Anyway, felt tipped on it. He got down to the pavilion and got him out of a locker someplace. But most of those guys never even made it to class.
Quite a keeper.
So that was a great caper. So Mad Dog deserves a lot of credit. That was a brilliant, good idea. So we had fun.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
What was the Santa story?
Oh, Santa.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Every year we had a brotherhood function just before Christmas. It was called the Tie Party. And for like 2 weeks before, you had to go up to this big bowl we had, and draw out a name, and whoever name it was, you had to make a tie or give them a tie. And then they'd have to wear the tie to the tie party. And of course, it was just a roaring drunk. And 2 years in a row, Santa Claus got arrested.
Why? Dare I ask? Yeah.
Well, first year, Santa was a little liquored up. So, when he's doing a big wheelie on his motorcycle,
Oh my gosh.
it's really down to University Avenue, in his bright red suit. White hair flowing up behind.
Oh dear.
Seattle's finest didn't think that was too cool.
No.
So we made the 11 o'clock news.
Oh my gosh. No. That must have been memorable.
Yeah, so that next year, I can't remember what went down, but yeah, Santa got liquored up again. And he had, red wine stains in his white beard. And he was sitting up on top of Gary Martin's 58 Volkswagen. It had a sunroof, and so he was riding in the top of this car. And I remember we pulled into Dick's, and he fell off. He rolled over the front of the car, and he rolled up to the window. And he steps up. He looks in the window, and he tells this young gal who's just petrified, I want a burger, or you're getting fucking cold for Christmas.
Wow, that was good.
She didn't know quite how to handle that. And then, I can't even remember whatever transpired after that, but he ended up getting free room and board for the night. So yeah.
Oh.
And kind of along that same lines, we had the pledges, the hell under scavenger hunt. And we had to go bail them out of jail because one of the scavenger groups was out there trying to find a place where they could climb the fence at the zoo to steal elephant turds. And security just didn't think that was so cool.
They didn't think that was so funny.
So they didn't do that.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so so we had a lot of fun. Studied hard.
You have a lot of lifelong friendships.
We actually graduated, most of us.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because we had some really, really brilliant guys. The president of the house was Jim Anderson when I pledged the house. And of course, he's now Dr. Anderson, Jim Anderson, but he was the physics major, and a physicist. He went to Colorado State and got graduate degrees in astrophysics. And he and a group of college researchers that were studying with him were the ones who can prove conclusively and the mechanism by which the ozone layer was being destroyed by chlorofluorocarbons and inspired the change that eliminated the CFCs to save the ozone layer from CFCs. So, pretty extraordinary person. And, there are others who have been very, very successful doctors and lawyers. John Hardman ended up a really high-level executive with Morgan Stanley. And, so just kind of all over the map. Jim Anderson just won some kind of national science award, but
Wow.
he teaches freshman chemistry at Harvard now, and it's one of the most popular classes there, I understand, because kids come into the class and he blows things up for them. I don't know where he got that idea.
Maybe he was trained early on that technique.
Yeah, a few of the old vibes coming back through or something, but so he's a pretty cool guy. But there were a lot of people like that. It was just play hard. God, they played hard, but they studied. Really brilliant people. So that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
You want to take a break now?
Yeah.